Welcome back to the Grow Show. Marijuana Man here. Well, I want to thank you for joining me this week. Hope you didn't get too stoned to learn how to grow pot. I just about did. Not. We're having a lot of fun with marijuana here on Pot TV. It's fun to plant, fun to grow, a little practice. Anybody can do it. Some people can pull a saxophone out of a case and play it right away. Other people need to practice. A lot of people need to practice, and this is no different than that. So unless you can play a saxophone, you better practice, and then you get good at it. But another thing I want to mention, too, is that marijuana is not a drug. It's a plant. So don't let anybody fool you into thinking that it is. Because the minute that you think it's a drug, they're going to take it away from us and treat it like a drug. And the only way that they're going to give it to us is through some state-licensed pharmacy and a state-licensed doctor. And the rest of us are not going to be able to smoke it and enjoy it as we do today. So don't let them do this. Stand up against this kind of stuff, because marijuana is not a drug. I've been smoking this stuff a long time, and I know. We've been growing this a long time, and we know that this is just a plant. It's not Ritalin, it's not aspirin. We can easily grow this plant in our backyard, in our closet, anywhere we'd like to grow it just about on this planet. So this can't be stopped, and it's a medicine that helps people. It's an herb that we use for whatever reason we use it. We don't need scientists. We don't need doctors. They don't know anything about it. Let us grow our own. Leave us alone. Peace and pot.
The laws of probability and chance indicate if an infinite number of monkeys are given typewriters and allowed to peck away for an infinite time, they will eventually produce
Hey everybody, welcome to the show. It's Wednesday here in Vancouver. I'm Marijuana Man, and way over there's Zal the Alchemist.
What's going on?
And Kush Queen in between.
Hola.
Yeah, we're thrilled that you could join us today, Your Highness.
Happy to be here, like always.
And Highness.
Yes, always highness.
Yes.
Hey, welcome back to the Grow Show. Marijuana Man here.
The show today was from the year 2000. That was just weeks after we started Pot TV. I would be sitting in Marc's basement out on the Sunshine Coast. We all lived out there at the time, and yeah, I thought that was kind of cool. Ran across it today in the archives.
Old school.
Not your archives. Archives. Yeah.
In the archives.
So, I don't know. I have some control over a mouse here on this screen.
Oh, I love the dress.
You can close that door now.
Oh, that's sexy.
Greg, I'm going to load up your videos. So, you know what, Greg? You should just load up your videos into those different slots. You'll be able to see them in the different slots.
Okay.
Just be careful that you don't press the little playlist button down here afterwards. Actually, I'm going to load them up down here. Just be careful you don't hit it by accident because it'll bring the video right up over top of you guys.
Okay. That disembodied voice was Jeremiah. And he'd normally be sitting right beside Marius there, but hey, shut that back door, would you? It's killing my light. My light. Thanks, Katie. Yeah, so we're sitting here high atop the first floor. We used to shoot the show on the third floor, but that's another story.
Quite literally.
We, if any of you noticed out there,
We're on the other side of the ceiling.
yes, it's true. Our floors, their ceiling. We didn't hear Marius speak when I cut to his camera. There, it's better now because he's not so
This is a
backlit.
segment we like to call Marius Speaks.
No, too late. Well, we'll get back to Marius when
That was
he
great.
has something,
That was great.
he has something to say. But yeah, we're working a bunch of new gear here today. Jeremiah set up our little studio in the closet, and that's probably why we've just gone black. No. No. No, there's a video. There's a video playing.
Click that button by accident where the video is. So here, I'm going to go back to the camera here. It's
Well.
that little right where the playlist is in the bottom there.
Yes.
You see where I'm loading these videos up right here? There's the playlist thing. Oh, I just got rid of it because we played it. But when I load it up, it'll be right there.
Oh, I see.
If you touch it a little bit by accident, it'll throw it over. So
Okay.
actually, if you want me to set it up, and I can just do the videos from here, and if you just want to play any of the videos, just tell me and I'll play it for you.
Sure.
Okay.
Anybody hear what he said?
Got it.
Yeah, thanks a lot for joining us. I see a bunch of people there in the chat. We have a monitor here that I can control, and it's being controlled remotely from somewhere else, which is fucking weird, eh?
It's pretty crazy to see
Eh?
like everything moving without you touching
You
it.
feel like you're being hacked.
Yeah, totally.
So, what do we got? Sabbath Fan 2's back. Nice. Dr. Clone's in the house.
Canadian Giant.
BC, East Coast Burner. East Coast? Dude, represent. There's Supreme. Green. Oaksterman, nice to see you back. Dubes in the house. Cool. Clam Toes.
Old
Aye.
clam toes.
Yeah. I don't want to know.
Crazy
Don't
bastard.
want to know.
Hello
And
to everybody in the chat.
here's something cool too, is that Marc's got like fucking 20 days left on his sentence.
Less than an ounce left, right?
Dude, 20 days. It's hard to believe. A long time ago,
Exciting, though.
we couldn't believe a long time ago that he went to jail, let alone now that it's 20 days he's getting out. How fucking crazy. Like really, it's hard to believe.
There's going to be some fun stuff happening.
But everybody here is pumped. So we're not too sure exactly when he's going to hit Canadian soil and we'll be able to put our arms around him, but sooner than later, that's for sure. So everybody's looking pretty excited about that. Jody's out of town at the moment. She's in Toronto. That's, what's it called, Big Idea City? No, just Idea City. Who had the big idea?
That came before Idea City.
Yeah.
What's the big idea?
Yeah.
Yeah, the big Moses Neimer, I don't know what they do, the meeting of the minds, they call it. They bring in a bunch of people with minds.
It's basically a think tank.
I've never seen a mindless person there once. So
Mindless person?
yeah,
I've never seen a mime there either.
they should have mimes. Meeting of the mimes.
It would be very, very quiet.
It would be quiet all week.
Quiet and claustrophobic.
So she's down there wowing them as she usually does, and schmoozing with rich people. Buzz Aldrin, for fuck's sakes, guy who was on the moon. You get to touch
Allegedly.
a guy who was on the moon,
Allegedly.
and that was a long time ago. And Buzz is pretty old, so I'm suspecting that he pretty much feels like the moon too when you touch him. So that'd be cool.
Buzz is made out of cheese.
Yeah. I'll have the Buzz cheeseburger, please.
I love burgers.
So, yeah, we didn't do a show last week, if any of you noticed.
Yes, we did.
No, we didn't.
Okay.
Did we?
Yeah.
No, we didn't, because Jody was in Texas.
Nope.
No, she wasn't in Texas.
No,
she
she
just
wasn't.
got back from Texas. What's happened?
Oh yeah, there was a meeting.
Yeah, so we had to rearrange the week to...
Marius is using his thinker.
Yeah,
Who said that?
I don't know.
Marius is using his thinker.
Yeah.
So, yeah, The technology is a little unusual here for me, so give me a break. I was watching some other live stream thing on the internet, as one would watch a live stream thing, and quite frankly, everybody doing shit like this runs into the same technical problems as we do.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah. That guy was quite surprised, you know, a lot of audio problems, freezing up, and then people saying, "Can you hear me now? Is that camera on?" So, yeah, I think it's still quite a marvel compared to what you saw in the opening of what it was like in the year 2000 when we were doing it. It was like still photos come up every 10 seconds. The audio ran fine, so it wasn't jumpy, but I don't know. We've come a long way, and that's a beautiful shot, I gotta say. Really. Like when you look at it, that's a nice camera shot.
Hey,
This is, you guys are getting your money's worth, I think. Like really, very well balanced.
Screen freeze.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Makes it look like I'm a little taller than everyone, which is good. Thanks for scrunching down.
Right.
Well,
I'm
it's
actually
got
sitting on 2 phone books.
yeah. Al's standing, but
We're all standing. Oh, that's great. Yes.
the table's really high. Stuff happens, continues to happen in the world. Oddly enough, I wrote a couple letters last week. Nobody stopped nothing, so stuff keeps happening. It's 4:20.
Is it? No, I didn't
Yeah,
hear
we're-
Marius's alarm
No, we
yet,
haven't
so-
heard the alarm
Yeah.
yet. Somebody went off
Yeah, the
prematurely.
sensors are fine, but there's no Klingons yet, so
It's never
we'll just have
happened to me before.
wait for them to show up.
But yeah, I hope it's coming up to 4:20 wherever you are, or 4619, or
How fitting! I just grabbed my bong.
619. Yeah, I hope you all got something good to smoke out there. I got Kushes and I don't know, some Rockstar, which is a Kush, isn't it?
I'm smoking
Ow.
something tasty.
Those
I don't know
rock stars
what it
love the
is,
Kush,
but
too.
it's good.
There's the alarm for 420. Happy 420 out there in the
420.
world. We're
Hippie 420, Dr.
puffing
Plum
down
says.
hard here at the BCMP Vapor Lounge. You should come join us anytime. We're here Wednesdays. Jer and Marius do their shows on Fridays, so you're welcome to come and join in and
Yeah.
smoke with us.
Let's hit the bong.
But yeah, there's been a lot of stuff going on out there in the world vis-a-vis marijuana. Today's show is called Trudeau or Not Trudeau. What was the question?
I don't know if that was a question.
It's never a question. It's always
Wow, your bong water looks like Kool-Aid.
It's always an answer.
That's only a day and a half's worth. We've
So
been
I'm
hitting it hard.
I'm wearing my zigzag.
You know what it is, Al?
Justin
The reason
Trudeau
it looks like this is because that
All
stuff
the
that
ash
you gave
goes
me
in.
yesterday,
Oh, yeah.
those little, it
Yeah.
just goes straight down the pipe, and so it looks like we got a lot of little floaties. Because I don't use,
There's
I'm
lots
against
of floaties.
screens. I'm not a big fan of the screens. Glass screens I like, but I always lose them, so I just end up with no screen. I don't like the metal screens. Filthy. I'm gonna clean it now.
That's
And Greg, anytime you want any
not
videos
show
played-
worthy.
Yes.
Just hit him.
Yeah. Anytime you want any, no, I can queue them up for you directly.
Oh, okay.
So whatever one you want, I can just load it right up for you.
Yeah, collected some music out of the archives too. Don't know if we'll have time to get to it. But what happened? Stuff happened out there in the world. That's for sure. Trudeau, Justin Trudeau, is on TV today. The Conservative government here in Canada has been, they're running a by-election, if you will. Yeah, it's not just for heterosexuals, it's a by-election.
It's still a
I like
little,
the sounds of that.
Out
You
there in
know,
Ontario.
still a little bit of discrimination.
A little bit, yeah. I don't know about transgenders, how they're feeling about it.
Nope.
Out in Ontario, it's in the Conservatives have been really pulling out Justin's remarks about wanting to legalize marijuana and trying to use those really hard against him. But he came out today after his caucus meeting, and I don't even like to say that, caucus meeting. But
Weird. Just a bad word.
yeah, it was embarrassing to hear them say that quite as many times as they did this morning. But he came out in front of the cameras, and they asked him questions. That's what they do. This is what politicians do. They answer questions. But they asked him about the marijuana issue again, and I thought he was very straightforward and reasonably realistic about wanting to legalize marijuana, and he reiterated to keep it away from kids easier, because that's what the Conservatives are preying upon him for, suggesting that he's going to be selling it to them, giving them grams out the back of the...
No, that's what the vending machines are going to be for.
Yep, that's right.
Yeah, the Trudeau line of vending machines for the kids in every high school. But, no, I thought he was pretty eloquent and made his point pretty well and handled himself quite graciously. I saw Mulcair coming out of his Capital C meeting, and he was a doofus. I thought, compared to Trudeau. I think he's just going to be swept into power.
Yeah.
And I think he knows it. And I'm not sure if Harper's going to hang around for the bombing that's going to happen. I got a feeling he's going to get all his legislation through, get his pipeline going, which he approved
and then
yesterday.
dip out and collect the proceeds.
Yep. Then he's going to step down. They'll have nobody, and Trudeau will pound.
He's going to pull a Mulrooney.
Yeah. Yeah. Hope so, because I'm sick of this clown. I watch the news. It's sad.
It is.
Actually, how little they tell me about what's going on in Canada.
Yeah.
Speaking of not telling you stuff that's going on in Canada, not like you all care out there in the chat, because you're not all from Canada. Who isn't from Canada? Change the color of your name right now to red.
Yeah.
And let's see who's not from Canada.
Waiting.
But here's something that happened not in Canada. This happened in Lakeland, Florida. Now, when I was
crazy Lakelanders.
when
That's
I
not
was-
like Canada at all.
No. When I was selling seeds with Marc, we knew the name of every town and city and crossroads in the United States. Lakeland, Florida was a place we sent a lot of seeds to, actually. But
A hotbed for seeds.
the other day, sheriff's deputy say a Lakeland man faces domestic battery charges after hitting his brother with marijuana plants from their yard. The fight happened on Saturday evening between Rodney and his brother Jackie Brown. They got into a verbal altercation, and I think it was Rodney who uprooted several cannabis plants in varying lengths, up to 3 feet, and started hitting him in the face with them.
That's awesome.
He was weed slapped in his own yard. And then he called the cops. For some reason, he phoned the police.
My brother beat me up with my plants.
But the Lakeland man faces domestic battery charges.
Well, yeah, you can't treat plants like that.
Yeah. David Malma Levine just slipped through the
David-
house. If
David
you can
just
if
whispered-
you can imagine him slipping.
He whispered in my ear, "I have an incredible drug joke."
Want to hear it?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Here, get them
Alright.
here.
Wait a
Go
sec.
let-
It's underneath of Marius's leg. Here.
Woo! All right, you're the one about the guy who bought shoes off a drug dealer?
No, David. What about the guy?
Well, he didn't know what they were laced with, but he was tripping all day.
That's a pretty good
Good
joke.
one.
Did you
Told
make
ya.
that one up?
No, my stepfather read it on a message board on the interwebs and sent it to me.
That's very funny.
Apparently
Well,
Clever.
he knew that I would appreciate it more than most. So I'm passing it now on to you.
Yeah,
Tell that
well,
at your cocktail parties
Nice.
or whatever.
Tell it at your cocktail
whatever you have.
Around the water cooler.
Yeah, we go to a lot of those.
Cool, that was funny joke. Best joke of the day.
Best joke of the day. I win
Yeah.
joke of the day. Yay,
Nice work, Dave.
That's Katie in the background too.
That's
In
right.
a black dress
I'm going to
today.
quickly plug my writing.
Very
I wrote a op-ed piece about boycotting LPs. So check that out, Pod TV viewers.
Talked about this.
That's right. It's on the front page, or it's on cannabisculture.com. If you type in "boycott Canada's medical marijuana profiteers" into Google, you'll find David's article. That's the headline.
Yeah, first. Boycott.
DML. It's on the front
I
page
do
of CC
agree.
right now under the blog section under DML.
Right. We're
Okay.
on.
We're boycotting DML. What?
No. Boycott
Boycott DML.
LPs. Boycott the LPs.
Why?
Well, because 45s are way
You
cooler.
can only play the 45.
Yeah, 45s are way cooler.
So many reasons why.
Oh,
I like the
there's-
long play
Yeah,
albums myself.
there's a lot of reasons why.
Oh, yeah.
Just because
I'll put it in
they're
the chat,
fucking
yeah.
LPs.
I
That's
saw
the
some
only reason.
Metrum weed in Winnipeg, and it was not smokable.
Well, I haven't heard really terrific stories back from anybody
No,
about any of them.
don't
So.
support
It was
the program.
definitely, nugs. Like, they were all kind of walnut-sized nugs.
Yeah, they've
It's okay,
gone
sometimes I can
beyond the
ninja it with my
stage.
nails.
Yeah, they were walnut. It was some kind of kush. It definitely had, I would say, thrip damage. We tried to film it, but it wasn't really coming up in the light. It had seeds in it.
What? They haven't
Seeds.
figured out Sensibilia yet?
Well, my guess is they're buying packs of weed, right?
They're
Metrum was one of
getting-
those companies that were accused, not even accused, but flat out caught buying 1,500 pounds of weed.
Yeah,
So-
they're treating their plants so poorly, they're going Hermie on them too.
Well,
probably.
just with the way the market is, it's not really worth it to grow weed when you can buy it, by the ton or half ton for $600-700 a pound.
Yeah.
Huh. Interesting.
Because it's going to cost you $600 or $700 a pound to grow in with all of the shit that they make you provide.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, yes. I encourage people to read my article and see all the reasons why we should boycott LPs.
There's a lot of them.
There's many. And
Right.
quality is just, that's the tip of the iceberg.
Well, yeah, it's most of it is just mindless profiteering. Like let's take Tweeds, right? Tweeds came out of the gate 3 days in worth $90 million without growing any weed or making any sales. But because they were traded on the Toronto Stock Exchange, they figured, okay, we'll value our company at 90 mil. We'll divide X amount of shares at X amount of dollars per share, and we'll put it out there. And yeah, because their shares were worth 90 mil, they're worth 90 mil.
Yes.
That's
No,
fucked.
I think I'm worth $100 million myself. But that's because my mother told me I was invaluable.
Let's
really
get you
smart.
publicly traded.
Yeah.
And good looking, too.
That's just what moms say.
Well,
David.
speaking of
She values
invaluable,
me immensely.
$100 mil for you though.
it was reported today that the state of Colorado will sell $1 billion worth of marijuana this year.
$1 billion.
The biggest drug dealers on the planet.
Way over their estimates,
If
actually.
they were Canadian, they might get extradited to the United States for that.
Yeah, conspiracy. Each seed.
Yeah, Mark and I we were actually charged with importing $2.2 billion worth of marijuana.
Yeah.
Catch up, Colorado.
Come on, Colorado.
That's just a couple of guys
Took
in
us
Canada.
Took us 11 years, yeah. Just two guys in a room somewhere.
Yeah.
We
Dude
did.
in the chat said they're beating the Sinaloa cartel.
Yeah.
Or George Bush. Or Jeb Bush. Or Hillary Clinton. Or any of those cocaine.
Any
Did
of
you
the
hear
other
Hill
smugglers,
about
yeah.
the latest news on Hill?
What's
Yeah.
the latest news on Hillary Clinton?
Let's give you guys the.
She was questioned this morning or yesterday about marijuana.
That's right. We're gonna have a
Oh,
story
yeah.
up
And
on
she
Cannabis
said,
Culture.
She
I'm
said,
leaving the door open.
That's what it is.
And that basically means if you vote for me, there's a small hint of a chance, a note of a chance that I might legalize it.
Right.
yeah.
It's kind
Just
of a
like-
cop out.
Just like Obama.
She didn't inhale the entire time I saw her talking about it either.
Well,
No, they're all hedging their bets. It's going to get legalized everywhere. There's no stopping it now. The reefer is out of the Ziploc.
It's reefer madness.
It's not if
The
we're
good
going to have
kind.
legalization. It's what
It's
kind of
when.
legalization we're going to have.
Oh, it's going to be mired in the stupidest shit you ever saw and is already. So, off we go.
Yeah, you'd have to be high to wear those pants that we're looking at right now.
I'm not sure
You
what
should
he
share
means
that
by
link, Jer, so everyone can see
See Hillary's pants.
I'm going
trippy pants. Her
No, he's looking
I'm
at
going to
some
post this
other.
on Cannabis
Pepper
Culture,
pants.
actually. I'll share it right now.
He's looking
This
at
is,
some other monitor, so we won't necessarily know what he's
This is
talking
a blog from a contributor to Cannabis Culture, Ellen Comp. She's the deputy director of California Normal.
You're going to stick it in the chat.
I'm gonna do that
Hillary's in Sergeant Pepper's Sisterhood of the Ugly Pants.
Oh yeah, she looks like a grandma.
Sisterhood of the
Real hip chick. Don't think so. Fucking Monica Lewinsky is hot. Compared to her, come on.
Well, according to some authors,
Didn't inhale,
she
didn't
was-
have sex,
She was
didn't
more
like his
pissed
wife.
at Clinton for getting caught than actually doing the cheating.
Well, yeah.
But he was living with his grandma.
I'm sure it's a marriage of convenience at this point.
Yep, it's
Wow.
what you call a open but secret marriage, or the marriage isn't secret, but the openness is.
That's a lot
Wow.
to call it.
They do a lot of swapping.
Speaking of secrets, that's a very good segue to a place called Deltona, Florida. Not Daytona, Deltona. Not the famous place with the car racing, but at any rate, there was a man who weighs about 450 pounds, faces multiple charges after Florida police said he hid cocaine and 23 grams of marijuana under his stomach fat.
Wow.
According to the news release, the sheriff's deputy stopped a vehicle and noticed that the passenger wasn't wearing a seatbelt.
What's in your fat? The officer said.
Officials say that the guy told the deputy he was too big to wear a seatbelt. The deputy says he requested a drug detecting dog because he and the driver appeared nervous.
Oh man.
Hey, you can get a dog to fucking sniff people because they look nervous now?
Well, the fat guy was sweating.
In addition to the drugs on Mitchell's, on the guy, deputies say they found a handgun and $7,000 in cash,
In his belly button.
a pizza,
Pizza.
big screen TV, and a Hyundai. They were arrested. Mitchell and the driver were arrested. And it's not clear whether Mitchell has an attorney. His attorney couldn't be found.
He ate him.
That was bizarre. So if you're going to get fat just to try to hide drugs, it's not worth it, probably, is my point. Eh?
Especially if you're in Deltona, they're on to that scam.
Yeah, the Deltona people are a lot hippier than you think, just because they're not Daytona. So here's another crazy thing out of Detroit. A couple days ago, a Detroit man tried to throw a football that was loaded with heroin, marijuana, tobacco, and multiple cell phones into the yard of a prison.
Old school.
Old school.
Old school. Tennis
But-
balls were the thing back in the day.
Yeah. But
Hard to fit all that
They
in a
ruled it
tennis
was
ball.
out of bounds.
Dope.
however they came to choose the guy to throw the football, though, did not make the throw successfully. And instead ended up throwing the football in between the two fences as opposed to
That's a
over
penalty.
the second fence and
That is a
into
penalty,
the yard.
for sure.
Yeah. And by the time the football hit the fucking ground in the middle of the two fences, their car was surrounded. It was broad daylight. They pulled right up in front of the fucking prison. Guy gets out, throws a football. They were already surrounded. Caught them right there at the car. Tased the one guy.
That's why he didn't make the throw. He was getting tased.
Yeah, just threw him off, man. Threw him off.
So, I don't know. He was charged with possession of illegal drugs with the intent to deliver. The intent to make a completion of the pass. Like, come on, that's crooks. It's funny.
Maybe he's got an in on the inside of the jail, and he just wanted to get his package in for himself.
Yeah, he knew he was going to get caught, so he thought he'd throw some drugs in first. Go in and get them later.
And what a brilliant plan, because it was the drugs that indeed got him caught. That's a master architect.
Well, and I thought the guy was just kind of stupid.
Yeah, well, you know.
There's always two sides.
All depends on how you look at it.
Two sides. Yeah. Now, speaking of two sides, Hershey's is back in the news suing marijuana edibles makers for copyright infringement.
Oh, I thought they were trying to buy Tweeds back.
Yeah, really.
Stop growing weed in our chocolate factory. Willy Wonka's going to be pissed.
The Hershey Company is suing an outfit called Tincture Bell, who have been marketing Ganja Joy, Hash Heath, Hashies, and Dabby Patties, mimicking which are all Reese's trademarks. So they're going after them for trademark infringement. Now, I saw a follow-up story about it, where apparently Tincture Bell, like they're just a whole parody of things.
They're about to get sued by Disney.
Yeah, Disney will be on them next.
But
Apparently they've changed all of their packaging on these brands, and it no longer looks like Hershey's stuff. So, but some years ago this happened before, where a guy in San Francisco was caught selling edibles, sentenced to 5 years in prison. While he's in prison, Hershey hits him with a copyright infringement for Kif Kat and whatever else he had. So Marc got wind of that and issued a boycott on Hershey's. So one day, Reese phoned. The guy whose name is actually Reese, and Reese's Pieces.
Well, Reese Witherspoon.
Yeah, Reese Hershey. But Reese Hershey phones Marc.
Come on.
No shit.
Not anymore.
Really?
Yep. Tells him he himself is a medicinal user and is well aware of the connection between marijuana and his products. And please, 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 we'll fucking drop the suit on this guy. And
Reese Hershey.
Reese Hershey.
Sorry to all the Boffins who
shit.
just died.
Who knew? Well, who knows?
Who knows?
Guy on a phone.
I have breaking news here from
My
the
name's
Georgia
Almond
Straight.
Joy.
Look at this
Breaking
article.
news from...
Look at the...
This just in.
Wow. So it's liberals woo. Let's see that. Liberals woo. Woo.
Yeah.
Cannabis Queen. Wow. Cannabis Queen Jody Emery as a secret weapon ahead of the 2015 election. Huh.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I saw some other
dear.
connection about that.
Georgia
earlier
Straight.
today.
That's a pretty big article there.
Jody,
Secret weapon. The liberal secret weapon is Jody Emery in the next election. That's going
Well,
to be interesting.
They should
Don't
be so
tell
lucky.
anybody.
Don't tell anybody. It's a secret.
Oh, yeah.
I think their secret just got out. Twice.
Didn't everybody know already?
No, good on
Hasn't
Jody.
really been reported that much, though, so...
She should be their secret weapon because she is a weapon. And very, very good at it, too. So
Sharp as a razor blade and as explosive as a nuclear bomb.
Oh, yeah. It's...
And she transforms into a truck.
Right? That's the secret part, man. Not supposed to tell everybody that yet. That's supposed to be unveiled right when she's elected.
Jody Miss Prime.
Yeah. A pink truck.
Yeah, a big pink
Jody Trump.
Yeah, that's right.
No, she handles it
with
well.
nice shoes.
She's just
In high heels.
going crazy now that Marc's. It's coming up so fast here that it's really difficult to believe for me a lot of the time that you go, wow, 20 days he's fucking free, right? You couldn't believe that he was going to jail the first time around. Now you go, wow, like bang, 4 years and a bit, so it just goes by like that. I'm sure it didn't for him, but for us, oh my God. So don't sweat it. Don't sweat shit so much.
No.
There was some Twitter account stuff going on around here. I don't know if that's still going on, where somebody was hiding marijuana around Vancouver and using Twitter to show you where it was, and people were going out and finding it, which was fun.
It's kind of a good game.
I thought it was a very good game, but...
Was that hot?
No, it was a fly.
And well, I didn't know anyone that found any, but they found... People then would post their pictures of the weed they found, and there was some purple kush and one other one. What was that?
Some purple kush, some nebula.
Nebula.
One had $100 in it.
One had $100 and weed in it, didn't it?
Yeah.
Nice. One was hidden in a roadside divider highway type thing with holes in it with free mark that had been graffitied on it too, so that was pretty good. Don't know who that was, but I'd like to shout you out for doing it. I think it's a blast. Too much fun. Now, the police, of course, they have a different opinion. Oddly enough.
Don't they always?
Yeah. I don't know how they always have. Yeah. But
Get a little sour.
the police say this type of giveaway could be dangerous. So, both for those finding the marijuana and for the people who are hiding it. That would... It's only 2 people. Who cares? Like, really? Even if it is dangerous, it's only 2 people. Now they say for the person who finds it, possession without a license is illegal. Which is true, but yet not true, because possession of that weed is illegal. Doesn't matter if you have a license or not. You're not to be having that weed. So, and the act, they're worried too that a 12 or 13-year-old could find it. Not worried so much about 11-year-olds or 15-year-olds. 14-year-olds, I don't care about them. 12 and 13-year-olds,
what about the
that's
8-year-olds?
That's doesn't matter.
You know,
they're
what about
okay.
The 8-year-olds?
They don't
They're okay.
matter.
It's clear they don't matter. So remember that when you're going to the polls in the next election, that the 8-year-olds don't matter, so vote Liberal.
Yes, because we want marijuana in all the schools. Who didn't want marijuana in their school? Who didn't have marijuana in their school? Come on, it's already there. The Trudeaus might as well make a buck. Stephen Harper's line of marijuana vending machines. The Harpy, they'll call it.
The Harpy. They should have an international award thing called the Harpy for the world's shittiest leader.
Maybe that's what'll happen.
Call it the Harper, though.
Well, if you're the Harpy, you get a Harpy award.
Get the Harpy Award. Yeah. Inspired by the poor performance of Stephen Harper. Yeah. I like it.
Brilliant. And the G.W. Bush can be the runner-up.
Yeah.
Speaking of marijuana in schools, in Sweden, and they're always so far ahead of everyone else. 2 parents were playing with their child.
They're like a day ahead, I think, aren't they?
Yeah. 2 parents were playing with their child at a central Sweden preschool. and were shocked to find a 25-centimeter marijuana plant growing in the flower bed at the preschool. "It's very peculiar," said the preschool manager, Maria. That's all she had to say about it. "Ooh, that's peculiar.
It's for nap time.
Eh? I've never seen anything like it," she said. The father said I was a bit shocked, but added that he'd seen ashes in the area before. That's what he said. "I've seen ashes and like really."
That's absolutely ridiculous. I saw ashes in the area. They were about 100 meters away.
I just heard that. That's too funny.
So they brought in.
It's not very windy there. At all.
They brought in biologists from the Swedish Museum of Natural History to confirm that the plant, which was in fact 25 centimeters tall, was Cannabis sativa or hemp.
That's absolutely ridiculous.
Well, it is not unusual for hemp seeds to be included in bird seed mixes. Birds have been seen in the area.
With ashes.
On the weekends.
Yeah, with ashes around.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
It's also not uncommon for a pot plant or a hemp plant to reach 25 centimeters.
It's not possible, I don't think. But those plants which grow from such seeds are not commonly used as narcotics. But it does remain unclear which type of marijuana was found at the preschool. Now, the preschool manager, Maria, called the police and was told to remove the plant herself. But she said, "But it's 25 centimeters tall." She said, "So I did, and now I'm standing here with this plant in my hands. I'm going to throw it away and then have to look through the garbage thoroughly." What the fuck is wrong with these people? Well,
she should have cut it up and mixed it with her cat litter. Come on.
Yeah. A Stockholm woman was recently arrested after selling marijuana via her Instagram account. And a few weeks prior, a 12-year-old was found high at school.
Did any of them suffer
Sweden.
from Stockholm Syndrome?
Maybe.
Oh, man.
But listen to this. Cannabis incidents are reported with increasing frequency in Sweden, despite the Swedish stigma against it. Not just regular stigma. Swedish stigma. Oh no, it's just hemp. It's not a narcotic. Preschool. Here's another school, elementary school. 9-year-old elementary school student busted for marijuana.
Oh, fuck, I gotta find a new dealer?
Police would not say how much marijuana the 9-year-old possessed, nor was a police spokeswoman aware of why the child's bag was searched in the first place. Child was charged with possession of marijuana.
A 9-year-old.
Police could not say from whom the child obtained the drugs. So the police, as it turns out, know nothing.
Well, we know the
nothing
kid's
about
solid.
it. Yeah,
The kid's solid. He's not saying
he's
anything.
not turning over on
So,
anybody.
I don't know where I got this weed. Whatever. I got it.
Is he a white kid?
Here's the last line of that story.
Doubtful.
The elementary school is located along the 6600 block of Strathmore Road near Defense Supply Center, Richmond. This is in Virginia, Chesterfield County, Virginia. So I went on Google Earth. This is one massive fucking military installation just down the street from these kids. So important that they chose to put it in the... Like, what the fuck?
A little bit of
What?
advertising.
I don't even know why they said that it was near the Defense Supply Center, Richmond.
Well, just in case somebody that was reading the story wanted to know if that was close. Oh, it is near there. Wicked. Well, I'm gonna
Is
go.
that the school down
Yeah.
by the fucking
Yeah.
nuclear subplant?
Yeah,
they
yeah.
got down there.
I'm gonna go check out that school on my way to grab a missile.
Police wouldn't say how much marijuana the kid had. They didn't know why the bag had been searched. They couldn't say from whom the child obtained the drugs, but don't worry, it was right down the street from the defense plant. I don't make this shit up. Some of it, actually.
There is a little bit of
There's
ad-libbing,
a
but the info is
kind
still
of-
the info.
Kind of a thread that runs through the show today. In fact, I've made up all of those stories. Well, the monkeys, they wrote a good 3/4 of it, and then they fell asleep, left me with all the fucking polishing and
Well, you gotta
finishing
stop
up on
eating
about
them hash on
8
coffee
jokes.
breaks.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a break time. Oh yeah, you guys want to smoke some hash? I got some hash. And then the monkeys get all fucked up. That's it. A couple bananas, they're done.
There you go, end story.
Why? They just say they're going out for a smoke and they don't come back. You go, what the fuck?
Yeah, well, you might want to talk to Clint Eastwood as well. I heard he's been grooming the monkeys and paying them. He's got a new movie coming out.
So another feature we have on the show each week is ignoring the chat.
There's a chat? Smart now.
Yeah. There is one now. Doob says, my bird uses a cat box.
What?
All right. I don't know. Don't want to put... I don't want to read any more of the chat.
I don't know.
Right
Just
away.
Like, what? Like,
They just wanted to beef up the story.
Well, you know,
Good idea.
you're always bragging up the monkeys that write for us.
Right turn.
It's like, oh yeah, well
says
my bird
Doob.
uses a cat box. My zebra wears pants.
That's not a new feature. Hashishin 420 was listening. No, it's not a new feature. It's a hard one to work into the mix, though, I gotta say. It flies by so fast. Well, maybe we could look at the chat for a minute and see where everybody's from, if anybody's from somewhere. If anybody out there in the chat
They're
is
all
from
from the
somewhere,
internet.
where are you from?
I got a
Same
question.
place.
Why the fuck is Fireman always asking about me coughing?
Fireman?
You're a fucking weirdo, buddy.
Well, firemen will
saying.
quite often have a bad cough from going into the fires and right?
Yeah, yeah.
Kind of obsessed with coughing, probably a little bit.
Yeah, there's something to it, anyways. Yes.
Wow.
we've got, what is that? London,
Home.
UK?
Somebody's from home. London. Cool. Canadian Giants from LOL.
From LOL.
Ursa
Oh,
is
in
from
Okanagan.
Sweden. Really?
Do you know
Believe
anything about that 25 centimeter tall cannabis plant?
Hey,
Someone's from TX.
I've lost my
Uh-oh.
signal.
We've lost signal. Hey,
Oh,
we're
no.
back.
I still got it.
No, it was only my signal that was missing. So that's what the show looks like when we're looking at the chat.
I don't know which way this goes anymore.
Sure, why not?
Simcoe County. Used to be some weed come out of Simcoe County when I was a teenager. Down around those parts, southern Ontario, I don't know about Tobacco Belt, but what the fuck? Can't remember the name of the area. And retweeted it. Dube's from Texas. Jody was in Texas last weekend
Some
talking.
people are weird in the chat, eh?
Oh
Weirdo.
Yeah, it's just
Say some weird shit, man.
well, somebody's from Oregon, in the Okanagan. Well, a wide range of people from London to Texas and beyond. Never been to Texas. When I first started working here, though, way back when, downstairs, a guy came in. His name was Lyle, and he was from Texas. And he had a jar of pure haze that they grew outdoor in Galveston. That he brought to us, and we smoked it. And it was the strongest pot that we had smoked for the longest time. It was really good. I'll never forget it. Never forget Lyle. Betty's still out there. But, yeah, never going to Texas myself. Jody had a great time. She was quite overwhelmed by how fun and cool it was with those people in Normal, Texas. Texas Normal Organization. Speaking of normal, no, nothing's normal.
Nothing's normal. It's relative to the perceiver.
Now here's the thing that happened in a place.
We just went black screen for a sec right now. Just
No! We just got back. Yeah, for about 30 seconds maybe.
Not me.
But we have returned.
We have returned?
We have returned.
So
No, another
said
signal
black.
came up.
Weird. Very strange, very strange.
Huh? Could have been those people from Prospect Heights. Maybe not wanting this story to get out that a guy smokes pot all the time.
Yeah.
It's a crazy world. Hamilton police seized over $1 million worth of processed marijuana weapons and drug processing equipment. $1 million. I saw another story in the States, some other small town, they got 11 million.
They're in a race.
Yeah. Come on, Hamilton. And I also saw another story about Hamilton where they've got 17 LPs applying for licenses.
Mm-hmm.
So, could be the cops in Hamilton with their $1 million worth of marijuana. Speaking
Cookie
of $1 million
Man.
worth of marijuana, oh, there's Mr. Cookie. Well, how's it going today, Mr. Cookie?
Good, just stare it out.
Stared out. It's only one flight, man.
Oh, we had extra stairs
Oh,
put
stare.
in this morning.
He was just
Yeah.
staring at some of the beautiful people in the lounge.
Stare down.
Mr. Cookie actually got me this T-shirt, or gave it to me.
Ah.
I pressured him into it.
There you go. And I saw Hemp Seed walk in too over there. Hi, Hemp Seed. What's going on? We got a lounge is filling up here at 307 West Hastings.
It was kind of busy here all day today. It was nice.
Hey, how come you're double fisting over there?
I've yet to pass that
He's
one
double
on. I'm
jointed.
sorry.
Yeah.
Other things? Some stupid ex-cop. I think there should be a moratorium put on anything to do with the marijuana industry. Shouldn't allow cops, ex-cops, people who put people in jail for marijuana shouldn't get to be in the industry. But that's just my personal preference.
Well,
But
shouldn't-
here's a cop, ex-RCMP. He come up with the idea, we should have a breathalyzer for marijuana. So he went to some fucking insane biochemist, biomechanical, Big Bang theorist kind of guy, and they came up with it. if you'd smoked in the past 2 hours.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
But I don't know.
Does it change it if you do a salvia rip right after your joint?
Or DMT.
Yeah.
DMT wipes it right out. So.
It's like, what the hell is... We don't know what this is.
If you do hit a DMT while a cop is coming to the car.
And exhale it in his face.
They won't even know that you smoke pot. They don't have a test for DMT. Yeah. Yeah.
They don't have the
they
DMT
still
test?
Skirted around the
Just gotta
issue.
smoke it and see what it is.
They seem to ignore the issue, both the ex-cop, drug fucking cop too, and fucking Kucher Polly or whatever his name is, coming up with this. They've totally ignored the fact that it has nothing to do with impairment, whether or not you're impaired.
Just that you've smoked it.
Just that you've smoked it within the last 2 hours. Silence.
Now, where do they get the 2 hour span?
I don't know. That's how long it takes your dealer to come by, probably.
What happens
he
if you're
says
on
he's going to be
edibles?
buying in an hour. It'll be 2 hours.
So remember, just take your edibles instead of smoking before driving.
Yeah.
I got a 9-year-old hooking me up. Hey, down at the preschool. Yeah, we go down to the preschool and smoke it after we try not to get our ashes
now,
everywhere.
Man, it sucks.
But here's another new thing. Now, like I told you, everything that is in the world right now is going to turn into something that is combined with marijuana. Doesn't matter what it is. We're going to try everything from fucking smoked sausage, which is killer. Al gave me some Winnipeg smoked sausage last night.
God. Shout out to Carpati Meats on McGregor.
Wow.
If you're in Winnipeg, go there and get some double smoked barbecue sausage. It fucking rocks.
Now here's a
That
story.
one's free, Carpati.
Here's a product that they've come up with, and it is marijuana-infused personal lubricant.
Oh, really?
Like who hasn't used that already? Come on. But no. Hey, but here's the stupidest thing. This is the way the article started. Have you ever dreamed of getting your genitals high?
Nothing but.
Every night.
Here, hang on.
Nightly.
Oh my god.
Well, that dream is now a reality.
Your genitals high.
Wow. That's epic.
What does that mean exactly?
I don't know. I was I
Get stoned.
wasn't sure that I wanted to read much further.
I'm intrigued.
Now, yeah, they've come up with a marijuana-infused lubricant that promises heightened sexual pleasure and multiple orgasms.
Oh, it promises multiple orgasms.
The promise,
Or your
promise
money
of
back.
multiple orgasms, eh?
Yeah. Promises that. I don't know.
Wow. And where do we find this stuff?
Let's see. Aphrodite Group is the people who are making this. No, I don't know. This, you can go find the story, read it yourself. Because this guy has been dreaming about getting his genitals high. Right. Yeah. That's all he cares about. He doesn't even, he's alone getting his genitals high.
It's kind of like smoking weed with your best friend, though. You know?
There you go. No, they'll be selling it in Colorado and Washington State, where marijuana is recreational legal, if you haven't heard. Did you know that the active ingredient in marijuana is THC?
Really?
What?
No.
Come
I
on.
read that online today.
What does that stand for anyway?
I don't know. No, here's the thing, too. You don't have to worry if
Are
you're
those the guys that bring you Sesame Street?
Yes.
and
The letters T, H,
multiple
and C?
orgasms. Like, who has trouble fucking having multiple orgasms? What's wrong with these people?
They're just discovering weed.
Yeah, they're just discovering weed. That's really a good point, because that is exactly what's going on. And once the world discovers weed, they're going to come up with stuff like this. Now, here's what you don't have to worry about if you're hauling around big barrels of marijuana-infused lubricant. That those worried about tipping off to drug-sniffing dogs at the airport, the lube is virtually scent-free. It's not scent-free.
It's virtual.
Virtually scent-free. So a drug-sniffing dog virtually can't smell it. He'll virtually not turn you in. Yeah, you're not getting out of Colorado with it. All right? Colorado and Washington are going to be awash in personal lubricant. Eh? And they'll probably cash in on that. That's the place to go for orgasms. Like if you want to take a weekend away. You know. Oh yeah, they'll have big sex camps going on in Colorado and Washington with their...
How long before that makes it into Holland?
Marijuana-infused lubricant.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh no, the stuff people be coming up with. Well, that's a lot of stuff. That's a lot of stuff that happened, eh? So yeah, we're gonna get out of here. I'm pretty sure. Fairly stoned.
Super
Is it-
stoned. Very high.
Everybody
I am
gets
very
stoned.
high now.
Yeah, we're pretty high. The weather's kind of overcast here in Vancouver. It's not blazing sunshine. It's not tornadoes in Toronto. And I don't know what, fucking a whole bunch of people got killed by lightning. Oh my God. Like
Attacked by lightning,
your
eh?
fucking
That's
time.
shocking.
Like if you get killed by lightning,
Sorry, too soon?
your time's up.
Funny.
All right. It's not like some crapshoot. To get killed by lightning is so rare. Like God is saying, no, you four guys, get out of here. Like really. The coincidence of it all. But yeah, bad weather back east and in the south. People's homes are getting ripped up by tornadoes. So hope everybody stays safe. But anyway.
Stop fucking with the weather.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, I will. Sorry.
I think everyone's really stoned.
Yeah. Okay, well, let's
Ciao.
we'll cut to another camera. These guys are just as stoned as we are there. Now, thanks a lot to Marius and Jer for being here and helping out, get it set up and rolling along as nicely as it did.
Oh yeah.
We played
Good
none
to
of
be
the
here
videos.
as usual. Wednesday show.
Hello.
And do tune into their shows on Friday, starting at 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Yep.
That's right.
For the Stoner Report,
Yep.
featuring Marius.
Yep.
And then you can kick
That's
back
me.
for 2 hours. An hour. Take a little break. How long is your show? Half hour?
Usually about half an hour. Sometimes
So you
I've
got an hour and a
guests,
half
so,
to
yeah,
make some
so-
sandwiches, have a
Roll
shower,
some joints.
That's right.
roll some
Roll
joints,
fatties.
Get
Yeah,
some
maybe
PRs
Get your
ready.
bowls packed.
whip out to the store.
take
if
a
you
long nap.
Scrape the
really
keef
need.
out of the bottom of your grinder.
And then you come back and Jeremiah's show starts at 4 o'clock.
That's right. Usually goes for 1 hour. Right, Marius? My
No.
show.
No. It never goes for
I don't think
It's a
I've ever
1-hour
seen you
show.
do a 1-hour
Yeah.
show.
It's a 1-hour show, but yeah, it usually goes for about 3 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a, it's a fun 3 hours though, if you can sit through it.
Sure, well, lots do.
I usually have fun.
And
It's a
usually
fun 3
pretty
hours
busy.
if you're doing it.
Yeah. If you're the host of the show, it's fun. That's for sure.
So yeah, thanks guys for being here.
Thanks for having us, Greg. Hope it all worked out. We didn't
Thanks,
end up
Greg.
playing the other videos that you had.
Yeah, I had enough material as it turned out.
Turned out so. See, maybe we should go for 3 hours today.
Got an hour of videos.
It's kind of what
Next time. So thanks a lot to Kush Queen for gracing our set today and
It's good to be here, like always.
making this camera look hot. And Al too, as always. Appreciate it, bro. Pretty good jam last night. Couple of standout
was
tunes.
good, yeah.
It was great last night. It was fun stuff.
Saxophone guy's good. Randy.
Randy.
Randy
I like
saxophone.
Yeah, he's totally good.
Yes, yeah, he's really good. And the trombone player and the trumpet player were here too, filling the room. Very interesting. Okay, forget what I said.
Okay, now you're back.
Huh? Bye.
Just kind of lost the signal for a sec. And now we're going to leave. We'll be right back after these messages. And then they come back and say bye.
Yeah.
All right.
Are we done? Are we getting up? So lost.
Is that it?
I think so.
Is that a show?
What?
Are we done here, or can
I'm
we
not
stand
sure.
up?
Yeah, you're on still.
Okay, now we're still on.
Are we on? Are we going to start the show?
Well, it says here that we're supposed to go to black. We're supposed to go black, and then we'll have those other two
Really?
jokes.
How do I do that?
The other two jokes?
lost
Those
the
next two
paper.
jokes.
You can't tell those jokes, Greg.
I don't see the changes here from
Peace
last
and love,
night,
Hot
though.
TV. They know what you say.
Can we start the show then?
No, we
I
better
already
not.
said that.
Should we?
I was repeating,
Just saying.
So, are we still broadcasting?
Yeah, we are. Are we off now?
To the same people?
Not if we're still broadcasting.
Are these all new
No, should
people
we
in
be
the
off?
chat?
Where do you got to go?
I don't know. All I have to do is press a button. I just need somebody to tell me to press the button.
Ah.
So that's how it works.
Exactly.
Somebody in the chat should maybe have the honor of...
Yeah, why
Should I
does
press
the
the
chat-
button?
Fine, just take the initiative of ending the show. What's wrong with
All
you
right.
guys?
I'll
You're
just
part
press
of
the
the
button
show.
then. Goodbye.